well. We did.
Yeah, when I missed my fucking flight,
Yeah,
that was fucking horrible, dude. That whole thing is a story. That was
honestly, have you talked about this before? This situation?
I don't even think so. I don't even think on the Misfits podcast I've spoken about it.
Well, fucking give us the goods, because I remember hearing about this, and it was just the most miserable return experience.
It was fucking awful. Shit, I don't even know how much of this I can really say.
There's a lot of locations that are there. I mean, I suppose you could say, like,
it's not so much that; it's so much the other shit. I might as well. So
you can say it as generally as you need to.
I was, the last 2 years, I was pretty much locked down in Australia. I couldn't leave. I had a completely valid visa that meant that I was able to travel. But because of COVID, Australia shut down their borders. I could leave. I could go back to the United States whenever I wanted. The issue was coming back.
Yeah.
I couldn't come back. And, my house, my 2 cats, my business.
You're a dirty American.
Everything is out here. So, like, if I go home and I'm locked out, I'm fucked. And it could be locked out for months. It could be locked out for almost a year. Like, it was a big risk to leave. And so, like, I had like the tail end of like my current visa still good. It was set to expire like the first week of January. And so the idea was that I would leave in November, go back home, stay at home, see my friends, see my family that I haven't seen in 2 years, and then fly back right after Christmas, and then get back before the visa expiry date so that I could submit an application for another visa.
Right.
And so that was the idea. If I missed my flight to come back home and I couldn't make it, I was fucked. I would be locked out. I would still be locked out. I'd be in America right now if I didn't get back home. So we go through the whole thing. November was great. December was great. Holidays, fun time with the family, fun time with the friends. 25th, Christmas, it's good, all good. Next day, I have to take a fucking PCR test, right? So that I could fly. I had to be COVID negative so I could fly on the plane to get home. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll go ahead and do that. It's the fucking day after Christmas, height of the Omicron fucking epidemic. And, dude, like, I get there at this clinic, and I sit down, and they're like, yeah, so what are you getting this PCR test for? I'm like, I need to travel. I have an international flight to Australia in 2 days. And they go, well, it's going to be about 72 hours until you get your test results.
Fuck.
And I said, well,
I'm starting to remember too the whole situation too.
Yeah,
it's like coming back
I
to
told
me.
you. And I was like, are you can you expedite it? Can you get me to the front of the line? They go, yeah, it's possible for like $250. And I looked at this guy and I was like, yeah, fucking fine. Whatever will get me home, fine. He gave him $250. And then he's like, yeah, you'll be good.
And they said, well, hold on. Also, there's also an executive blowjob that I need.
Yeah, but he said, he's like, yeah, but, you should be good, but no promises. Like, we'll do our best. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Next day, it's the day before my flight. I get nothing. Nothing on the email, nothing on the phone. Okay, great.
Crickets.
I go into the next day, open up. It's got to be at the airport at noon.
Yeah.
Wake up at 9, open up my email, nothing. Lovely. Fucking great. So I end up going to the airport. I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe it'll come by the time I'm there. Get dropped off at the airport. Nothing's there. And I'm like, well, I might as well check in for my flight.
Go to the airport, too.
Yeah, well, I figured it would be worth. So I go to the airport, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, it's time to check in. Because, even if it doesn't come now, I'm going from the East Coast to the West Coast, and they say the West Coast for 6 hours. And then I board the flight at 11:30 to go to Australia. So I'm thinking I have all this time until I need the PCR test to be good, right? So I'm sitting down at the airport, and I'm looking through my phone. Nothing. All right, final check-in. Go up to the kiosk, start putting all my shit in. Yep, this guy for this flight, for this time. And then it starts asking you a bunch of questions. Do you have a valid visa, and do you have the documents with you? Yes. Do you have a international COVID vaccine certificate? And do you have it with you? Yes. Do you have the ESTA? Yes. And it was like traveling during that period of time to go in and out of Australia.
It's like a fucking nightmare.
Was like trying to get through fucking like the Soviet Union, like papers please, like you needed 1 million documents
fucking
to fucking
the
prove
Wall.
that you were good to fucking go to travel. And so I get all of it, and then the very last fucking question is, do you have a valid PCR test that says you're negative? And I go, no. And then the kiosk just starts, like, there's a little light on the kiosk, starts flashing red, and it starts going, beep, 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 beep. Fucking lady comes over, like an attendant, and she's like, hey, yeah, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'm just trying to put some shit in. I have a flight to Melbourne. And she's like, yeah, okay, well, what's the problem? I go, well, I don't have the negative PCR test yet. I just got it. So I should be good. And she's like, well, the thing is, you're not getting on the flight. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not getting on the flight? And she's like, well, it's from the point of first departure. So we can't just send you to L.A. You need to have it before you leave. And I was like, well, and I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And she says, well, you feel free to wait around. Your flight's in like an hour. Your check-in closes in like an hour. So just wait around. If it doesn't come, it's fine.
That's like so fucked up too, because it's like if they didn't require it when you first were leaving, I mean, you would have definitely gotten the PCR thing, like when you were in LA
before I left. Oh yeah, but it was like when I went from Melbourne to the US, I needed all of this shit. I needed the PCR test and all that shit. It was like another $200 fucking dollars. The biggest fucking scam. The biggest fucking scam ever. I'm at the fucking airport. And I'm waiting, and I'm just waiting, and I'm refreshing my shit like 10 times a second. When am I going to get this PCR test?
Right.
And it is not showing up. And I get a message from somebody saying, hey, it was good to see you. Like, hope you're, enjoying your flights home. Like, hope you enjoyed your time back in the States. And I respond with, oh my God, I am fucked. I am fucked. I don't have a PCR test. I am fucked. And
they
then
must have been
said,
like whiplash, like, oh, whoa, oh, okay.
Yeah, but then the first thing they say is, why don't you just Photoshop it? And I was like, you expect me to fucking open up my laptop at the airport with people walking by me, and you expect me to Photoshop a PCR test? And they were like, no, we can just do it for you. And I was like, you can just fucking Photoshop that and give it to me in like 20 minutes? And they're like, yeah. I was like, all right. I wait 20 minutes, get the fucking, oh man, get the shit. It looks perfect. I go up to the guy.
He showed me the photo of it too. It looked good.
Yeah, it was pretty legit. I go up to the guy. I go, yeah, dude, here, look. And he's like, yeah, no, that works. Yeah, we'll put you on the flight. Get on the flight. The line is stretching all the way to the back of the airport. I'm going to miss the flight because the line through security is so long.
But then a man with a wheelchair rolls up.
No, here's the thing. I go near the bathroom like 2 quarters up the line. And I'm going up, and I go to cross the line to go to the bathroom, and I drop my phone in the line on purpose. I go to bend down and pick it up, and then I just turn around in the line. Guy behind me goes, hey, man, did you just cut the line? And I just explained to him the situation. I'm like, look, dude, this is the thing. Like, I have a flight that leaves in like an hour. I need to get through this line, otherwise I'm fucked for this and this and this. And the dude goes, dude, my flight's in 3 hours. You're good. Stay there.
That's dope.
And I was like, thank you so much. Got onto the plane.
Dude, airport saviors are the number one.
Yeah. Got on the plane, going to LAX. I think it was at the time I was going to land and have 2 hours to get from domestic to international. Get on the flight, getting ready to leave. A little fucking intercom goes off. Flight's delayed by 45 minutes. We're refueling.
Oh, no.
So I'm on the flight. I'm like, oh, my God, holy fuck, there's 45 more minutes. I'm fucked. And so I get there. We land. I asked the lady, like, right before we land, like, I need to go to Thomas Bradley International to catch a fucking connecting flight to Australia at this time. Where do I go immediately after we leave the airport? She's like, dude, I have no idea. Ask somebody as soon as you get out there. And I'm like, thank you. And so I run out. First person I see, how do we get to Thomas Bradley International? They go that way. Follow the signs. Just fucking follow the signs. And I was like, okay. full sprinting. And look, I don't know if anyone knows this. When you go to LAX and you go from like a domestic to an international connecting flight, what they usually do is that you go out, you land on the plane, you go into the terminal, and then you get rounded up. Everyone on the connected flight, you get rounded up onto a bus on the tarmac that drives you across the fucking tarmac to your plane.
Dude, it's the biggest
so you can
pain
get
in the
there
ass.
in time.
Was it Delta? It Delta?
No. I didn't even have that because I had to be put on another flight because of how long it took me in the previous airport. So they didn't put me on the connecting flight. They put me on another one an hour later. And so I get there, I have like an hour to get to the gate. And to go from domestic to Thomas Bradley International on foot.
It's like a fucking trek.
The hallways are like a kilometer long, and there's 2 of them.
Because the planes are the size of buildings.
Dude, I'm running full speed with a mask on. I can barely breathe. I'm coughing. I'm sweating. I'm just deteriorating actively.
You're just turning into sludge.
A good 30 minutes, and I'm full sprinting with all my luggage. Full sprinting.
You sprinted for 30 minutes straight, pretty much? Oh.
It was probably like a 15-minute dash, and then just literally speed walking like a grandma, just trying my best to get there quick.
Oh my god.
And so I get out of there. I'm in Thomas Bradley. I check in. I go through. I ask the lady, "Where's this gate? I need to go there for this flight. Where's the gate?" She goes, "Honey, you got plenty of time. You've got so much time. Just relax. Just go." And I was like, "Okay." And I walk up to the gate. I have the thing. I show them my ticket. I go, "I'm here for the flight. I'm here for the flight. Like, I'm ready." And the dude's like, "Calm down. There is no flight." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You missed it by 25 minutes. There is no flight." And I just sat down and put my fucking hands on my head, and I was so defeated. And the dude gave me some water. He gave me some chips, and he goes, "Dude, we're gonna sort you out. We're going to get you on the next flight tomorrow night. No problem. You don't need to take another test. You're all good. We're going to put you on the flight. You'll be fine."
Oh, my God. Dude. That's a fucking nightmare.
And he goes, "But if you want to find a place to stay, then, that's all on you. Like, you want to find a hotel for the night, or you want to sleep in the airport, or whatever you want to do, just fucking do it." So I hit up a bunch of people. I ended up staying with Matt Watson, super mega, legendary. And that's when I invited Ted over, and then Minx came over.
It's funny too because you invited me over, and we came, hung out and stuff. Dude. And Matt, I didn't see Matt once that whole time I was over there because Matt. Well, because he went upstairs. I was like, "Where's Matt?" And he was like, "Oh, he went upstairs to do something real quick." And Matt didn't come downstairs. I was there for 2 hours.
Yeah, you're there for 2 hours.
I never come downstairs. I leave. I text him, and then Matt's like, "Oh shit, man, I fell asleep. Sorry."
Yeah, he fucking fell asleep.
Oh,
it was that was okay. Meeting up with Matt and meeting up with you and Minx, that was completely.
And that's where we recorded our second iteration of.
That is.
Hey, I'm Swagger Souls.
Yeah. We did the same thing with Minx too.
Yeah.
I still remember that party though.
Yeah.
It was a good party, man. It was a good party.
It was like a very defining moment for me coming into the space the first time. I was like shell shocked because I had never experienced anything like it.
It was
My
like
entire
magical.
YouTube